Once upon a time, in the heart of Abuja, a city of power, wealth, and silent envy, there lived a young, successful businessman named Khalid Musa Ibrahim. He was the kind of man others respected without question. Calm, intelligent, born into quiet wealth, and raised with discipline. At just 34, he owned stakes in construction firms, oil servicing contracts, and real estate branching across Nigeria. Yet, even with all his achievements, one thing was missing: a queen to share his empire with. One evening, during a high-profile business trip to Lagos, the city of endless lights and louder dreams, fate pulled him toward Velvet Orchid, one of the most expensive restaurants on Victoria Island. It was there he met Vanessa Williams. She entered like a secret everyone wanted to uncover. Dressed in designer silk, nails polished like rubies, eyelashes long enough to cause silence. She didn't walk, she glided. Her laughter was soft, practiced, and dangerous. She introduced herself as an upcoming lifestyle influencer, a woman who claimed she was going to be Africa's next social media sensation. What she didn't say was that the luxury she flaunted online wasn't sponsored by brand deals, but by wealthy Lagos men who paid to keep her lifestyle alive. But Khalid didn't know that. They exchanged numbers that night. And from then on, every evening felt like a ritual. Long phone calls that lasted past midnight. Vanessa knew exactly what to say, when to sound vulnerable, when to dream big, when to laugh at his jokes, when to tell him he was different and special. She painted pictures of a peaceful, loving home, of being a supportive wife, of giving him beautiful children. She never forgot to say, "I'll always take care of you, Khalid." And slowly, he believed her. Within 4 months, they were deeply in love, or so he thought. When Khalid proposed, Vanessa cried dramatically. She fell to her knees in shock, and whispered, "You're my answered prayer." Lagos social media went wild. Abuja elites whispered, "Who is this woman who captured Khalid so fast?" Their wedding became the talk of 2 cities. Lagos influencers posted it. Abuja society women discussed it, and even blogs named it the Royal Union of the Year. Their honeymoon stretched across 3 countries: Paris, where Vanessa posted pictures holding Khalid's hand under the Eiffel Tower; Greece, where she wore flowing gowns against blue oceans; and Japan, where Khalid bought her expensive jewelry she didn't even request, at least, not directly. For 6 weeks, love looked real. But reality was waiting at home. When they returned to Abuja and settled into their luxurious mansion in Maitama, Khalid resumed work immediately. That was when truth walked in slowly. Vanessa never cooked. Never cleaned. She spent mornings sleeping till noon, afternoons shopping online, evenings on Instagram Live unboxing designers, and nights scrolling through new jacuzzis and Dubai villas. Leftover food and plates stayed on the bed until late at night when Khalid returned home. The kitchen smelled. The bin overflowed. Clothes piled like hills of fabric. The once peaceful mansion now felt neglected. For a full month, Khalid watched in silence. Then one evening, he called her to the living room. She arrived in a silk robe, irritated because her makeup session had been interrupted. He spoke calmly, like a man giving a final warning. Vanessa, I didn't marry an ornament. I married a wife. Tears came instantly, rehearsed and loud. You're calling me lazy. After everything I do for you. You think cooking is love. I'm an influencer, not your housemaid. She screamed before storming off to their bedroom. But nothing changed. To avoid arguments, Khalid decided to outsource what Vanessa refused to do. They had hired a gateman and a housekeeper. Meanwhile, their home remained a mess. Still, she didn't lift a finger to cook. She couldn't even direct or manage the domestic staff. They even paid a high-end eatery to deliver 3 meals daily for 6 months, then renewed again for another 6. But by the end of the year, even Vanessa complained the food was too basic for her standard. She would grumble while scrolling on her phone. By the end of the second 6 months, Khalid let the subscription end. Still, Vanessa did nothing differently. The house remained cold. The marriage felt empty. And even with the workers everywhere, there was no home. 1 year passed. No child. No peace. No change. Khalid and Vanessa visited different hospitals, both in Abuja and even in Lagos, seeking answers. Each time, the doctors said the same thing. There is nothing physically wrong with either of you. But instead of being worried, Vanessa would say casually while taking selfies, "Please, oh, no baby is coming now. A child will change my body. My brand will suffer. I'm not ready to ruin my shape for motherhood." Her influencer career never really took off, but to talk of growing, it was just carefully curated pictures, fake brand deals, and nights funded by hidden sponsors, and yet she clung to the illusion like it was gold. Khalid tried to overlook her words, convincing himself she was stressed, maybe even afraid. But deep down, the disappointment began to take root. One weekend, Khalid's mother, Mama Aisha, came unannounced from Kano. It happened to be on one of the days the domestic staffs were off duty for about 4 days. She arrived with joy, but what she met broke her heart. Plates with dried food in the living room. Dirty laundry piled up. A foul smell from the kitchen. Her son eating cold-packed meals. Her daughter-in-law in bed in her silk robe, scrolling on her iPhone with long acrylic nails, ring light, and luxury shopping bags scattered around her matrimonial room. Dishes still on the center table at almost 3 p.m. Khalid looking worn out, thin and quiet. Mama Aisha had already heard rumors about Vanessa's public declaration. "I'm not ready to have kids. My body and career come first." She had heard whispers about Vanessa refusing to cook, about the subscription food, about no child, and most of all, about her loud claim that pregnancy would destroy her career, but didn't know it was this serious. That evening, Mama Aisha called Vanessa for a woman-to-woman talk. "Vanessa, my daughter, marriage is more than shopping and looking pretty. Motherhood is a blessing, not a burden." Vanessa didn't even allow her to finish talking. She dismissed her, raising her voice and saying rudely, You can't force me into motherhood just because your generation had nothing else to live for. Please, Mama, don't stress me. Besides, I cannot have a baby now, I have a brand to build. I didn't marry your son to become a housewife. And this is not the village. The insult stung deeply. But Vanessa rolled her eyes and said coldly, I want to go and talk with my online followers. Her tone was rude, disrespectful, sharp. Mama Aisha was silent for a moment, then simply said, No go there. Thank you. Mama Aisha quietly made dinner for her and her son and breakfast too before packing her bags. She kissed her son goodbye with tear-filled eyes and left. She said nothing more, but her silence was louder than words.